Hey folks, it's Lindsey Hollis with SPS back in the building over at Spartan Stadium, getting ready for Michigan State University to take on Prairie A&M. And I'm sitting here with the man of the hour, the athletic director, Mr. Anton Goff. How you doing?
Good, sir. How you doing, man? Good
Pleasure.
to see you.
Thank you for making yourself available with your busy schedule. You've been
Absolutely.
moving back and forth, but you say, hey, you're here to play some football too, huh?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a big game.
For those who don't know, can you give us a little background about yourself and the actual Michigan State ties that you have?
Yeah. So obviously, right now I serve as the athletic director for Prairie A&M University. But long time ago, about 20 years ago, I was assistant athletic director for student athlete support services for the football team here at Michigan State University. And so having that Spartan tie allowed me to have some inroads on being able to get this game, being the first time that HBCU is playing Spartan football.
Yeah, to be clear about that, you have an excellent resume, but no surprise with Prairie View A&M and who they're going to bring in to lead them. It's been a year you've been in this role. Can you talk about some of your stops along with Michigan State along the way to get here?
Yeah. So before Michigan State, I was at University of Maryland. Came to Michigan State, left Michigan State, went back to University of Maryland as senior associate athletic director, and then got my first job as an athletic director at HBCU, Bowie State University, which is in Maryland. Then took the AD position at University of Hartford in Connecticut. Then took the AD position at St. John's in New York. Then took the senior associate athletic director position back in the MAC at Northern Illinois. I played football in the MAC and also worked in the MAC. Played football at Bowling Green State University, wide receiver a million years ago. And then also worked, I got my first career start at Kent State University. So I'm a MAC guy, Midwest guy, right? And then after Northern Illinois, President LeGrand gave me a call, asked me to come down and lead the Prairie View A&M University Panthers. And so been here for a full year and excited about the future of Panther athletics.
That's great. I got a chance to meet President LeGrand very briefly, very lovely individual. If someone's been living under a rock or not really paying attention, what's so important about today in this game compared to any other weekend, any other travel trip you have?
Well, so for us, it's an opportunity for us as a university to expand our brand in the Midwest, right? We're obviously in the SWAC, so down south with the Texas and the Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, we're prevalent down there, right? But there's not a lot of HBCUs, especially Division I HBCUs up in the Midwest. So being able to come up here and be able to show people who Prairie View A&M are, being able to get that exposure for our university is hugely important for us. And so that's why we took this game and came up here.
Great. Also, at halftime, there's going to be a very special historic celebration. The 1965 and 1966 national championship teams are being recognized. And at one point, Michigan State, as we say, was the HBCU of the North because of segregation. A lot of these players like Bubba Smith and others weren't able to play in the South, but because of Duffy Daugherty, the late great Duffy Daugherty, he brought them up here. When you start adding that historic aspect into what you do and how you're being a trailblazer, how does those things come together?
I think it comes together perfectly. You talk about Prairie View A&M being an HBCU. You talk about Bubba Smith, who came from Texas, to come up here. Duffy Daugherty brought him in. And so, that historical aspect, I don't think we ever need to forget that, right? That needs to be part of an education of about what Michigan State is, right? If you worked at Michigan State, especially in the Duffy Daugherty building like I did, you see
in the Duffy Daugherty building, right?
So you see all that history and you know about it. But, I think now celebrating them and bringing recognition to that is huge.
That is huge. You got a chance to go over and see the alumni, the Prairie View alumni that a lot of them are in Metro Detroit. What is it like when you can touch down in the state of Michigan and see so much purple and gold when you go over there?
It warms my heart. It means so much to me because you're up here in Detroit, you probably don't get a chance to come down to Texas in the Houston area. Maybe homecoming, but other than that, you don't get a chance to stay in your home state and see your alma mater. And now you get a chance to do that. And so many people have reached out to me and thanked me for bringing PV up here. And so, it makes me excited to be able to come up here and fulfill some of those dreams and wishes of people.
Right. I know you're a player at heart, so putting your football player and coach hat back on, what's unique about this PV team that you have this season?
So we're really deep on the front seven. Right,
okay.
Our defensive line, our linebackers, we probably play about 11 players. So I think that's one of our strengths of our team. But we're also pretty strong at our wide receiver position, and our quarterback is coming along. And so we're excited about this game, but we're also excited about playing Southern next week and the rest of our SWAC schedule.
Sure, I love the SWAC and all the great things you have going on. A few more things. I had an HBCU experience. I went to Morehouse as a freshman, and I thank my mother for doing the best she can, but financially I just couldn't stay. Finished at Western. outside of the game, what is important for people to know about the HBCU experience?
Well, I think the most important thing is the importance of HBCU institutions as a whole, right? We serve a great population of individuals. Sometimes it's first generation, sometimes it's legacy, right? Grandmothers and grandfathers and moms and dads have gone to HBCUs, and so their kids go to HBCUs. Sometimes we got a population that have never experienced what it's like for one of their siblings or their parents to go to college. And so we serve that population. But it's a rich history. And that's the big thing. They started HBCUs back in the days when segregation started, and then integration came, and we're still here though, right? And so it's a story of survival as well. So it's important for people to know and understand that, but then it's important for us to put out our story about our academics, the prowess of our academics. When you look at I was on a panel yesterday, and we were talking about the C-suite members, right, that are minorities. A lot of them have been to HBCUs, whether they got an undergrad or a master's degree or a PhD. And so, not a lot of people know that. And so the more we can tell our story about our successes, the more I think we'll be popular.
Yeah, speaking of successes from a professional standpoint, not just a cultural aspect, talk about where Prairie View is leading in professional spaces. You talked about that on the interview yesterday.
Yeah, so literally, we are the leading African-American producer of architects, and I think we're number 2 in engineers or flip-flop. The president always gives me over, I'm an athletic director,
yeah,
so
sure.
Sometimes I don't remember all those.
That's okay.
But if you talk about engineering, you talk about architect, you talking about agriculture, business, like we produce leaders,
sure,
right? And so, I think that's something that's important for people to understand and know about,
Yeah,
and then to talk about our athletic prowess, like we've got one of the best comprehensive athletic departments in the SWAC, in the FCS space, with all 18 of our sports. If you look at our facilities, if you look at the accomplishment of our student athletes from an academic standpoint as well as an athletic standpoint, then career development and community service, like we are the real deal. We're the whole deal of being able to produce like high level student athletes. And I've taken a lot of things I've learned at the PWIs and institute them at our HBCU space, right? So because my thing is, just because you do it here at Michigan State doesn't mean you can't do it at Prairie View.
Right.
And so a lot of the things that I instituted here that they're still doing with the football team from an academic support and a personal development standpoint, we do at Prairie View.
That's good to know. Great, excellent commercial. I won't keep you too much longer. I'm looking at the clock. It's going to start ticking down. I know you're an athlete at heart. Any final things you want to share to the Prairie View Panther faithful, to the Michigan State Spartan faithful?
No, so like really from Michigan State, I'm a Sparty, right? Once you come here, this is a special place, right? And so I'm always going to be a Spartan. I root for these guys when we're not playing them, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I just really I'm appreciative that they gave us this opportunity, right, to come up here, showcase us, and then the things that they're doing around it. Like it's basically an HBCU weekend at Michigan State carved out because they're playing us, right? So I appreciate that respect and the level of education they're trying to provide the fan base. And then for Prairie View, like the support is unmatched for me that I feel like that we're getting at Prairie View A&M University. I have the greatest president in all of college space, President LeGrand. I don't say that just because she's my boss, but I say that because of her vision and the way she leads from her heart, right? The way she cares about every single, not just student athlete, but every single student on our campus, right? And then the support, you see that when we walked in there in that tent, like that support isn't just up here because you were able to come down from Detroit. That's all across Houston. That's all across Dallas, right? When we go to Grambling, and when we go to Dallas and play Grambling in the State Fair Classic, we're going to have that same type of support. When we play the Labor Day Classic against Texas Southern, we have that same type of support. So just proud to be a Panther and proud to be a Spartan as well.
Great. Well, this has been a great day sitting with you. I enjoy getting to know you and being able to share from a cultural standpoint all the great things. And I just want to wish you the best.
Thank you. Appreciate your time.
Thanks so much. With that being said, guys, Lindsay Hudson for SPS. We'll see you next time. Peace.
For Prairie View. Here you go, sir.
How's everybody doing out there? My name is Anton Goff. I'm the athletic director at Prairie View A&M University. I used to work here at MSU in the athletic department way back 2000 all the way up to 2004. And so I'm part I'm part Spartan. That's right. I'm always going to be part Sparty. But on behalf of our university, we want to thank y'all for hosting us, right? This means a lot to us. We understand the importance of, this being the first time that Michigan State's playing at HBCU. And I also want to thank the athletic director, Alan Haller. He's a good friend of mine, and that's how we got this game together, being that I'm a former Spartan and being that I've got ties up here. So it's good to really be back home. And we're looking forward to an exciting game. And once again, thanks for having us, and we appreciate it. Thank you.